tell me what your big win has been recently.
Big win on YouTube is hitting 55,000 views, which is like, what? 55,
Wow. Let's walk
55,000 people watch me?
let's
What?
walk through it. Let's walk through it. And what I would imagine is that it's maybe 20,000 people, but watching many of your videos, which is even better.
Yep,
You want
exactly.
people to come back, and you can actually look that up in your analytics to see who's coming back each day, how many people are showing up individually, that because you want that depth. But
Mhm.
for anyone who's watching this on YouTube, where did you start? Like, how long did it take you to get to 55,000 views?
This is a great question. I started on this particular YouTube channel, I think about 3 years ago,
Hmm.
but I would say I started to take it serious last year. And then
Yes.
I actually started to actually have strategy when I joined you in January because I was taking
Oh,
it serious, but I didn't really have a strategy behind like what do I want from the channel, right? Like, do I want views? Do I want subscribers? Like, what does that mean? I didn't have the strategy. I just was like, I'm gonna do it consistently. And that was the only thing
yes.
that I knew.
And I mean, you've done so much. That is so great. So 3 years ago you started, and then maybe 6 months ago is when you started really dialing in on how do I get better with each video? What do I want from this? Even a
Yeah.
strategy about that. Okay, and what is your channel about?
It's called Speaking for Profit, and it's evolved into the Speaking for Profit strategies. And I teach people how to get on stages, but also just how to monetize what they know. So that could be through digital products, stages, or creating your own stage, which I love to do through audio podcasts because I know that some people aren't the greatest on camera.
Yeah, that's really cool. And then how many subscribers do you have?
720 as of today.
Amazing. So soon you will have 1,000 subscribers, like maybe later this year. And then maybe you'll have 4,000 watch hours in all of that. And then you
Yes.
can get monetized on YouTube. But you, as you probably already know, you don't have to wait to be monetized on YouTube to make money from YouTube. So,
No, you don't,
yes,
which is why I love it. Like, I mean, I'm a public speaking and business strategist coach. So this is a great nurturing tool, but also people ascend from there into my school community. I'm a Kajabi affiliate. I love Kajabi as a product. So I
yes,
have affiliate income that comes when people click on videos that I talk about digital products on, and then I get a kickback every month from Kajabi. So I've already started to make money on YouTube without it being monetized. So I can't wait for the AdSense because I'm like, that's just gonna be icing on the cake.
that will be. I want to talk about that a little bit more, and then we'll talk about the monetization side. When you like, so you listed that you send, it helps people get to know you better, which is mainly the best thing, right? Because you're teaching people how to be a personal brand themselves. So this helps you have a thought leadership and authority and your
Yeah.
own lane on YouTube, which is
Yeah.
so
It's
valuable and people skip it.
It's so much better, Arlen. Like before I started this, when I would get on calls with people, I would have to do the this is who I am every time. And that gets kind of
Mm.
exhausting after a while.
Hmm.
And now I can just send them one of my playlists, right? And be like, hey, do this for homework before the call. And then by the time they get on the call, they feel like they know me and we're able to have it really go into solving the
Yeah.
problem for them instead of a whole lot of background information which doesn't really help them in the moment, right?
Hmm.
Which is really powerful. So it's just a powerful nurturing tool.
Very, very smart. And when you say playlist, explain what playlists are for anybody who's not familiar yet.
Yeah, y'all, like if you listen to music back in the day and used to record on the radio like I did, right? You record
Yes.
the songs and you have your songs on a playlist. It's the same thing with YouTube. Your favorite videos, you can put them into a playlist. They can run right after each other. You can be intentional about that, and folks can watch them and then they can like absorb more of you. But you kind of control the flow of it. So you're
Mhm.
controlling your own mixtape if you want to.
That's a perfect way to describe it. And you can use that in many different ways. I love that you use it as, hey, watch this before we have our calls and get to know me. What do you link to in your descriptions?
I link directly to two things. It's either my school community, which is a paid community, right?
Yes.
Or I have a speaking for profit calculator that helps people come up with their public speaking fee, right? So,
Yeah.
like, how much would you charge for that? So, I'm like, hey, try the calculator out. they get to try it out. I get their email and then they're on my list. So when
Mhm.
another video comes out or I'm doing an event, they know that they can come through and they're able to stay on the list with that.
How has YouTube been a game changer for you, if it has? Like, how has it changed? What's the difference between that and other things that you've tried?
I think I just really enjoy the creative medium of YouTube. I like
Mm,
being on video. And what it's really done for me, it's given me a space to become a better communicator, which I'm always trying to do on a daily basis, but also in this like really crowded environment to just like find my people. Like I was telling
yeah.
someone yesterday, someone hit me up from Australia. Like the fact that like it's a global audience is just so cool to me. Like I've never even been to Australia. And
Yeah.
like someone's reaching out to me from like across the world, places I've never been. I think that that's what I really love about the platform.
Yeah. And then when it comes, so you do send people there, and then sometimes you send people to your affiliate link.
Yes.
And how does that work? And if especially if somebody doesn't have their own school membership or they don't have their own offer yet, how can they get started on YouTube with affiliate marketing?
Yeah, I think some people are a little bit, I would say, lazy, Arlan, when it comes
Oh,
to it. They just throw the link in there. And I
yes.
think you need to have a little bit of a carrot and some icing. So, what I
Mm,
tell folks is, hey, you get this trial through Kajabi, but also everyone who signs up with my link, I'm willing to do an implementation call with them, right? And
yeah.
I know I won't always have capacity for that, but since the channel is young and I got time, like, why not? Get on a
Hmm.
call with them. And I think that that makes people feel more comfortable with actually getting the product because they know that they'll have someone who can at least show them how to implement it right away. But I've seen people do cool things like have courses, a master class, different things that you can add on the back end of the affiliate, which helps people feel comfortable purchasing because then they're like, oh, I get to trial, I get to talk to you. And
Yeah.
then, like if I really love it, I can stick around with it.
Yeah. That's what we talk about inside of Arlen's All Access when
I
we have
learned
the,
that from you.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, when we have the affiliates for the membership, I say don't just put your affiliate link out there into the world because that's great, but imagine if inside of a membership that you're an affiliate of, you have your own little squad that you do weekly, updates with or weekly calls or whatever, and you're representing a certain group. I think that's a really cool way to do it. And adding some type of bonus, especially
Hmm.
if it's a digital product that you don't have to spend a lot of time on, is just always a key. So these are all just strategic ways you can use YouTube. And then let's talk about the monetization. So in order to be monetized on YouTube and get money from the ads that are played on your videos, where you make anywhere from $10 a month to $10,000 a month, and even more sometimes, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours within a 12-month period. Do you know your watch hours right now for the last 365 days?
No, I
Do,
don't, but I
do you want to
can.
pull up your YouTube and then go to your YouTube studio? We're going to do this live because it's going to be interesting to see.
Okay.
And go to your YouTube studio, where you see your metrics.
Mhm.
And
Go to
then
analytics,
on
right?
the, yeah, go to analytics on the main analytics. And I'm explaining it so everybody else knows how to do it too. So go to your main analytics, and anybody who has a YouTube channel, do this with us. Then go to the top right hand corner and click on 365 days, I think is the option where you can say the last 365, and then look at the total right on that dashboard, total watch hours.
Okay, 653. So I got a little way
Okay.
to go.
You got a way to
Okay.
go. Well, how long are your videos normally?
Um, I'm trying to, so I used to do really long and I was like, boo, they're not watching all of this. So right
Yeah.
now we're between like 10 and 15 minutes.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
would experiment every once in a while with the longer videos still.
Okay.
Because even if you have 10% of the people watch all of the video, that adds to your minutes and to your watch hours. And
Okay.
a lot of people, it's not a 0%. Like there are going to be some people who do watch it, and then it just makes your per video, per view longer, and that starts to add up really fast. Another
Okay.
thing you can do is go live. Do you go live ever?
I used to do it like once a week, and I have to be honest, I kind of got a little burnt out. I was doing too
Yeah.
much, but I want to
Yeah.
bring it back because I just love like interacting with people on the platform. But that
Yeah.
probably would bring up the watch hours.
That
That's
would
a
bring
good
up the watch
point.
hours so significantly. If you can stay on for an hour, 2 hours, just go live, just talk about stuff, people come in and out, repeat stuff, and maybe it's about teaching one thing and have that great title and thumbnail, that'll boost you fast. Because
Okay.
imagine, when you're watching it on your own, a video, you might say, okay, it's an 8-minute video. I'm going to watch 2 minutes of it or whatever. But if it's a live session, you might sit there for 30 minutes and watch the person. And if a few dozen people are doing that, that simultaneously, it just jumps up. So I would do that. And then you have like a 1 to 2 hour on-demand video that itself gets watch hours afterwards. So
Okay. I'm gonna try
absolutely.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to
Mm-hmm.
bring that back. Thank you for that.
Of
I
course.
always get a gem for you, which I really appreciate.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of, tell me how Arlen's All Access has helped you.
Arlen's are, it's just been it's a mastermind, y'all. Like I
Mm,
thought that when I joined this space, it was just gonna be like another school community, which some of them are kind of dead, but
yeah.
the activity level there is amazing. I love that when I post something, I get love, but I also get critique because I
Mm,
need that. Like I don't
mm.
want people to just praise me. I want them to give me ways to get better. The content is so accessible, so you've done a really good job to create videos that aren't too long so I can kind of go through, take my notes. I can even go through twice, which I appreciate because sometimes once you've implemented the task, it's like, okay, let me go back and make sure I actually did everything that she said. So you
Yes.
have that checklist. And then I love the experts. Like I talk about Colin all the time when people
Yes.
ask me like where are you learning sales? I'm like, I got this guy,
Colin.
he's amazing. And going through his 5 day challenge, like that really challenged me to not just become better at sales and generating income, but the mindset around being in an act of service and around like calling in my own abundance and some of
Yes.
that scarcity that I had around money. So shouts out to Colin. He's one of my favorite people.
Colin Yearwood is amazing. You get access to Colin, his training about sales and conversion inside of Arlen's All Access. It is so special. He works with me across my ecosystem, also in Mastermind and Inner Circle, where people are paying thousands and thousands of dollars. You get that access for $100 a month or $600 a year in Arlen's All Access. And he does these different sprints. He's going to be doing like a monthly thing now that we're adding. It's just going to be awesome. And so just the camaraderie and the people who are willing to give advice and they're taking, you say, hey, can somebody review this? People will do it, within 24 hours. You have 3 people who have given
Yeah,
you
sometimes
deep
within
dives.
minutes. Sometimes
Yeah.
I'll post it and then, I go back and do calls or do work and I come back and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, it's already like 10
Yeah.
comments. Thank you, everybody. So
Yeah.
people are willing to give in the space. And I think it's because you give us so much. So it starts with the leader, right? Like you've
Sure.
really built that space and it doesn't feel like sometimes I go into spaces and it feels kind of like competitive and not really
Ooh.
productive.
Mm-hmm.
And this feels like everybody wants everybody to win. That's
100.
what the energy feels like in that space.
100%. Yeah, very cool. Well, it's been wonderful talking to you about this. I think it's going to help a lot of people get inspired to start their own channels, see how they can make money from day one on YouTube, and understand that like the next 3 years of YouTube are the golden age of YouTube. Like it is going to be such an opportunity that anybody can start with their phone, with their laptop for free and even get paid for it eventually. It's very
I
awesome.
love it. I love it. I love that you are like our leader and moving us along that way. And it's really great, y'all. One more thing I want to share just as we close
Sure.
out. You share your process, Arlen,
Hmm.
like with YouTube, like your wins, your failures, the things that are challenging. And
Yeah.
that's refreshing to see. So for folks who might be feeling like, oh, Arlen's channel is just like, it's big. And no,
Yeah.
you share from the beginning when you really didn't have any subscribers. And that's why I trust you as well in the
That's right.
process because you're so transparent.
Thank you. Yeah, for 4 years, I didn't have a lot of views. I would have for 4 years, I would get some subscribers and some views. It was actually quite remarkable. But it was just if you look at my analytics, it's just a flat line, flat line, flat line. And then 2024, I started to take it more seriously. And then the summer of 2024, I go all out. I'm like, I'm going to spend at least a year just going for it every single day. I'm going to work on this. And it has paid off In money, it is paid off in opportunities, meeting people, all the things you listed earlier. It is absolutely a game changer, and not just for me, because I want to make this big reminder before we go. Most people say, oh, well, you already have an audience. More than 90% of the people who have subscribed to my channel and watch my videos every single day, which are in the thousands of people, are finding me on YouTube.
Hmm.
They found me on their homepage. You watching this know that's true because that's probably where you found me. And if you found me, imagine people finding you.